Watch to the end. This is true life story of Uche. I watched her boil a human hand like it was yam. That's not a dream. That's not a joke. I saw it with my own eyes, and I never forgot. This happened in 2003, in a small village in Abia State, Nigeria. I was just 12 years old. My name is Uche. I grew up with my parents, 3 sisters, and my uncle in a compound near the stream. We didn't have much, but we were happy. Until that year. There was a woman in our village named Mama Ifeoma. She wasn't anybody's aunt, nobody's cousin, not even anyone's friend. She lived alone in a small mud house just outside the village, near the thick bush where hunters usually go. Her house didn't have a fence. Just bush all around. Even birds avoided the trees around it. People said she was not normal. That's how we say it in the village when someone's spirit doesn't sit right. She didn't greet anybody. She didn't laugh, didn't dance at festivals, and never came to church. But somehow, she always had food, money, and oil, even when other families were suffering. They said her husband died in his sleep, just 6 months after they married. No sickness. Just died. And the body was already smelling by morning. After that, she never remarried. Never had kids. She always wore this dirty red scarf on her head. Even when she was cooking or bathing outside. If you saw her walking on the road, she'd look at you from the side of her eye, not straight. And she always smiled with only her bottom teeth. Never the top. I'd never gone close to her house until that day. That day, my mother told me to go and fetch firewood because rain was coming. She was cooking yam, and the firewood had finished. I didn't want to go. The bush part scared me. But she shouted at me, and I had no choice. There are 2 paths to the bush, the long one that passes the church, and the short one that passes the back of Mama Ifeoma's house. I took the short one. I wish I didn't. As I walked past the back of her house, I heard something. It was a sound I will never forget. It wasn't crying like a grown person. It was soft, like a small child trying not to cry out loud. Like they were gagged or tired. I stopped. I listened again. The sound was coming from her kitchen window. Something told me, just walk away. But I didn't. I crept to the wall and stood on a stone to peep through the small square window. Inside, there was a big black pot on the fire. Steam was rising. She was standing over it, stirring with a long wooden stick. And inside the pot, I saw it clearly, a pale human hand floating. Not cut yam. Not goat meat. A hand. I saw fingernails. I saw the skin bubbling like when you boil chicken. I froze. Then she turned, and I saw her face. She was humming. Not like a church song or Igbo lullaby, this one was low and strange. Her eyes looked empty, like she wasn't even present. Then she bent down, opened a sack on the floor, and pulled out something else, another body part. A leg. Small, thin. It looked like it belonged to a child. Maybe even younger than me. I dropped the firewood I was carrying. I didn't scream. I didn't even breathe. I just turned and ran. My chest was beating like drum. When I got home, I told my mother. I was shaking, crying, trying to explain what I saw. She slapped me so hard I bit my lip. She said, Uche, don't say that again. Do you want to bring trouble to this house? Do you want her to hear and send madness to us? That night, I couldn't sleep. The next morning, the village was shouting, Chibik, a 6-year-old boy, had gone missing. He lived just 3 compounds away. His mother said he went to buy pure water and never came back. I didn't say a word. I was scared. Who would believe me? A few weeks later, another child went missing. Then another. Each time it happened, I'd see smoke rising from Mama Ifeoma's compound late at night. I watched her light from our backyard. Her window always had that orange firelight, like she was cooking something, again. One day, some hunters found bones deep in the bush. Small bones, arranged in a perfect circle, like a ritual. The elders called a meeting. They said it was the work of evil people. They poured oil, prayed, and burned the spot. But nobody mentioned Mama Ifeoma. People were afraid. They said if you even speak her name at night, she'll appear in your dream. Some said she could turn into a cat. Others said she could fly. Years passed. People just avoided her. They stopped asking questions. But the disappearances stopped too. Maybe she got tired. Or maybe she found another way. She died in 2009. Alone. Some say her neck turned backwards before she gave up. Nobody came to her funeral. The youth refused to dig her grave. The elders begged some drunk men to do it for money. Her house still stands. Nobody goes near it. Sometimes, when I pass, I still hear that humming. I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm just telling you what I saw. And what I still remember. Every single night. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe, like and comment. I have many more to tell.